Hi, everybody. I'm Mel Doerr, the Aloha Shirt Psychic. It's Mondays with Linda and Mel, and I got Linda G in the house.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Linda. How you doing, sweetie?
Fine. You said you like this yellow.
I love the yellow. You look great.
Thank you.
I want to
This is
borrow it.
another Johnny Wall.
There you go. All right. You brought up something before the show that I just want to touch on briefly, if I can, that
Sure.
people were commenting about,
Oh, I know.
Biden's numbers are low again. And you want to touch on it first? Go ahead, and then I'll take it up.
I don't know what else to tell people. You got to have faith. If I even saw the possibility, but this is a man who just had an alleged over the top. By the way, I posted on my YouTube Roger Stone with that lie about look at Trump's event. And they said, well, that's interesting because New Jersey doesn't have mountains on the beach. Apparently, it was a concert done years ago and it was packed full.
But
So,
I just saw something where people were walking out.
oh, that was the one he had in New Jersey.
Yeah,
People kind of gather because, like I tell everybody, everybody's in for a clown show. And
exactly.
then it's like I see people, he's a clown. He's such a liar. He did Roe versus Wade. He's affecting women.
And you know what? My psychic light bulb just went on when you were talking. If a lot of those were pre-recorded, they could cut and paste in there whatever they want.
Yeah, well, they were showing live that thing trickled down to hardly anybody.
I saw that.
80,000 my butt.
There was no.
I would have gathered around to check out the Orange Crush. And plus, he did put in a newspaper article asking for people that he could pay. But I probably would have stood there and said, oh, let's check out the clown, see what he looks like in person. And then I would have left the minute he opened his mouth.
If they would have paid me, I would have stood there. I would have taken the money and stood there and listened. Then I would have walked away. Then I would have donated to Biden's campaign.
There you go.
I keep saying, and my guides are saying, and it's a Mel thing, it's a psychic thing, it's an everything thing, that, we're in May. So we got June, July, August, September, October. There are 5 months between now and the election. A lot can happen. You cannot pay attention to those polls right now. Plus, I saw it today too that, Trump was ahead in some states, but some of those states are red states. But those states I see turning purple. The other thing is that in 2 or 3 of those states, that the lead was in the margin of error. So
Yeah.
it doesn't mean anything, really.
And don't forget, Hillary Clinton was ahead. Everybody thought she was a shoo-in.
Correct. And there you go.
And by the way, Obama was way behind. Mitt Romney thought for sure he was going to win. He was shocked when he lost.
There you go. Okay, so the words on everybody's lips today is the Cohen testimony.
Yeah, I've been watching it this morning.
So am I.
Fortunately, this is their lunch break.
I know.
When you and I are taping it, they're having their lunch break.
My feeling is that Michael Cohen is going to be as formidable as Stormy Daniels. He's not going to put up with any nonsense. And, the defense is going to try to discredit him, that, he's a convicted felon. Well, I mean,
he served years in jail for Trump.
Correct.
And I turned over CNN too. And by the way, they're all, where's Weisselberg? What Weisselberg, you can't have him on there because he'll plead the fifth through the whole thing.
Weisselberg was paid not to talk.
$2 million.
What? Right. And if he goes public about anything, he loses that money. But I got news for you. Trump's not going to pay him that money anyway for entertainment purposes only. All right. Now, I think that agreement said if he's subpoenaed, then that's a different story. But who's going to say he's going to tell the truth?
Well, who's not going to say he doesn't plead the fifth?
Correct. And, with Cohen, people are going to say the same thing. The defense is going to say, well, he's not telling the truth. But here's the deal. Cohen's testimony will coincide with everything Cohen has said, even during his trial. So. Yeah.
And plus they have text messages, recorded phone call, all kinds of stuff. And with the, not Stormy Daniels, with the other girl.
Right.
Playboy person.
Right.
Cohen went to him and said, "Is this true?" And he said, "She's beautiful, isn't she?"
Exactly.
And they wanted Pecker to pay her $150,000, which he did, by the way. He never got the money back.
Right.
And also saying that she had a chance to be on Enquirer magazine or something. So Trump said something about paying half and then half. The main thing is wait till after the voting. If I lose, I don't care. Then
Right.
to hell with her.
Right.
If I win, I don't care. I'm in office.
Correct.
See how his thinking was? It wasn't anything about let's save Melania.
No, that had nothing to do with it. And that's exactly what the prosecution is saying. You know, you're worried about saving Melania. It had nothing to do with that whatsoever. And
Stormy Daniels wrote this text. They showed it on one of those like X or something. And Melania had made some sort of rude comment about Stormy being a paid hooker. And she said, first of all, I didn't get paid for it, so I'm not a hooker. Second of all, you sold your soul and your pee for the sake of this Orange Crush. And what else did she say? Oh, by the way, I love the new boobies. And please post some more nudies.
there you go. So who is Melania to say anything about Stormy Daniels?
Oh, I know, but she that's how they run. That's how the Trump thing. They think they can be all with their nose up in the air and it's not fair. And that's the same way they treat. I don't know if they're going to bring this in. But remember when Cohen was supposed to come out of jail, Bill Barr pulled a fast one, trying to keep him in jail for Master Trump.
Yes, I remember that.
And I hope they bring that out. Look, he had the power over these people to try to keep him from coming home.
That will be brought up. But Cohen's testimony is going to be really damning. You know, I guess the question is, will it create reasonable doubt with the jury? And my feeling on it is, my psychic feeling is that Cohen is going to sound very, very credible. Even when the defense cross-examines, Cohen is not going to be confrontational, but he's going to be very assertive. And
Yes.
And he's going to chew them up and spit them out. Cohen's a smarter lawyer than some of Trump's.
Yeah, and also Cohen served 3 years for this.
Right, right.
But I sunk it all by myself. I was a rogue. No, he wasn't, and you know he wasn't.
But his testimony will corroborate what everybody else has said.
Oh, they've already linked it to Hope Hicks, something that Hope Hicks had said. That's
correct.
linked.
So
They've got the vocal recording. They recorded him. They also have the tech and the LLC and everything that he did, because Trump wanted to pay cash and they said no. Come to find out, Trump didn't even pay for the Playboy person.
Trump doesn't pay
He
anybody.
didn't pay for Stormy, but he paid.
But some of the people he says he's going to pay, he never does. That's, I mean, read about his past. It's pretty normal.
I know, but the thing is that Packer guy, he told Cohen, listen, I got a safe full of stuff here about Trump. Big time stuff. And so Cohen told him he's got a safe of all kinds of stories on you. But that didn't faze Trump, interesting enough.
Because Trump thought he could buy him off.
Yeah.
You know, my guides had told me, boy, they were right on the, you know, sometimes when they tell me stuff, I question it, like, what? But they tell me about a mistrial, and I'm like, no. And I kept bringing that up, that Trump's lawyers would try some shenanigans in the courtroom to try to get the judge to declare a mistrial. And then Trump is going to be yapping about a mistrial. And it happened just like my guides told me. 2 times his lawyers tried for a mistrial, and the judge was like, nope. Now, then my guides told me that on appeal, when he appeals it, and he will, that, you know, he's going to go on his defense will go on the whole thing for a mistrial, but the appeals court will say, no, there was no mistrial.
Yes. I don't think it can go to the Supreme Court because it's state related too.
It can go
And
to,
also he can't pardon himself.
it can go to the state Supreme Court
Okay.
in New York.
But also he can't pardon himself.
No, not in the States, he can't. But
But I also want to bring up a fact that I told everybody, I saw Trump talking out loud, the judge being very upset, but I thought the judge asked the jurors to leave. But what he waited for was when the jury left, he called everybody up and said, your client is talking out loud, he's swearing, he's, I think he was talking trash about Stormy, but
right,
you need to talk to him. You need to set him straight. So that probably was what I saw.
I think so. But Trump's going to pull something like that again.
He will while Cohen's up there.
Yep. Yes. So the other question everybody's asking, I brought this up before, is people are wondering, well, a hung jury, all it takes is just one juror who doesn't vote for guilty, and then they declare a hung jury. That doesn't mean he walks. That means they have no trial. Whether it's a hung jury or not, my guides keep telling me he will be convicted.
Exactly.
And this
Exactly.
will be finished before the election.
I don't know about finding someone not to, but who knows? But I do see that those two attorneys in that jury box will talk some sense into everybody.
Right.
Look, this is what you have. This should be the outcome, blah, blah, blah.
Well, one juror was nervous. She wanted to leave, or she wanted to leave, and the judge said, no, I will protect you.
Well, he's good looking, honey. I would have said, oh, yes, Your Honor. I would have insisted on sleeping at his house.
Linda would be like, Your Honor.
I would have slept on his couch with my big old rollers in my head.
Your Honor, can I prop my feet on your desk?
Protect me, protect me.
They
My
would-
big old head. My
They
big
wouldn't
old
even think
head.
about putting us on a jury. We'd be like, he's guilty.
Oh my God, if anybody saw what he was saying at that rally yesterday, that Hannibal Lecter, what a great guy. You can't call Governor Christie fat. Apparently you're not supposed to use the word fat. It's like, what are you talking about policy or what you're going to do for Americans?
It's
Not
unhinged.
a word.
It's unhinged. It's almost like a reality show.
Yeah. But some people want it to be blown up. Some people like him because they think he'll blow it up.
They like the high drama, and but a lot of people are coming to the realization that he smells snake oil.
Yeah.
All right, real quick, just want to mention our event coming in September. We've sold 30,
Oh, yes.
30
My
already.
goodness, most of them are sold. That's fan. Oh, Tiffany wrote me and said she's coming.
Oh, good. Tell her to let us know and send a check.
She hasn't bought her ticket yet.
I don't know. I don't have the thing.
She said she's going to Chicago, which usually means she bought the ticket.
Oh, good. Yay. Yeah, we've sold 30, so we've got room for 20 more, and then we're sold out. So, but we still got openings. All right. You can call my office, 847-590-5411. Okay.
Anybody who comes there, usually so cool.
Oh, it's going to be so much. Okay. Are you ready for the questions?
Yes. Thank you.
Oh, okay. So Michelle Bolden says, are chemtrails real? My husband brought it up and I told him that those are considered conspiracy theories. And
Yes.
he's an intelligent man, and I'm surprised he believes that. There is no scientific evidence out there to show that chemtrails exist. Why would the government put stuff in the atmosphere to try to kill us or shorten our lives? Or I don't ascribe to that.
I don't know the actual science of it, but I've heard that it's a fraud. It
is a fraud. There is no science of it because it's not true.
Just like the earth being flat.
Yeah, right. The earth is flat because of the chemtrails.
Yeah.
And the lasers from outer space that Marjorie Taylor Greene says is pointing at all of us.
Hey, in Chicago, did you get any of those solar borealis or whatever they call them?
No, we didn't see them, unfortunately.
Yeah. Oh, they had beautiful ones over the Golden Gate Bridge. Just
I would have loved to have seen that. Okay. Melinda Last says, this is a good one. Do you think that Lindsey Graham has been given a target letter and later a subpoena for his phone? Do you think he's telling people that he was hacked in order to cover up why he doesn't have his phone?
Absolutely, yes.
Absolutely, totally, undeniably, yes.
He knows he's in trouble.
He knows he's in trouble and he's a chameleon. And now all of a sudden he's tap dancing with Trump because he's thinking if Trump gets elected, that he'll get pardoned.
Let me tell you, he had a talk years ago by some Russian coordinate who said, we have this information on you, how you like young boys, blah, blah, blah. And that's when he decided he would kiss, the royal ring.
Right, exactly.
I love that, Stormy Daniel. So you were calling the president of the United States an orange turd? Well, he called me a toilet. I will die with those words on my lips. You go,
Orange
girl.
tea, the orange tea, I love it. Okay, Auntie Vaughn says, "Yay, Auntie Mel and lovely Linda. If the big orange baby has a vascular event prior to election, who will the RNC put in his place?" Well, I think it'd probably be Nikki Haley.
Yeah,
That's what I pick up.
that's what I'm thinking too. I'm reading with twin brothers from Thoreau by the Bay.
Okay.
I think it's going to be Wednesday.
I'm sorry, who are they again?
Or maybe it's tomorrow. It's tomorrow. Thoreau by the Bay.
Okay.
He did a video. One of the brothers did a video. I posted on my YouTube that he absolutely sees some sort of event taking place with Trump brain-wise. And that matches what Andre says, but this guy thinks it's going to happen like this next week. Andre energetically through the horoscopes said it's going to more than likely happen in June.
Well, my guys have been telling me a long time, and I've been saying it for almost 2 years, that I see dark clouds around Trump's head area. And whenever I see dark clouds, it means illness. And I've said numerous times that he has to watch his head area. So if they're predicting stroke or something in the head, and Andre is saying that, then everybody's on board with it, because I've been
His health aspects are really bad.
His health is terrible. Absolutely.
But I will tell you this, I see him getting sick before dying, but I will tell you that this is already bad enough, okay? So he blows up when he gets a guilty plea, and then something else comes up. It could be the IRS, but something else comes in, and that's the part that pretty much takes him down.
I think it's going to be the state of New York, because I heard Glenn Kirshner talking about, I watched Glenn Kirshner, and the other guy, I can't think of his name. He's got dark hair. He has always got.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. That the state of New York, they were saying something about the state of New York is going to be looking at it. It was just an explosive thing that came out, that they're showing that Trump, his taxes and the way he kind of
Tax fraud. Yeah.
was clearly fraud, and that they're thinking that it will be sent to the Attorney General of the state of New York for criminal charges. And my guides have been telling me that a long time.
I need to ask you a question.
Yep, go ahead.
Will Bill Barr ever have to pay for some of the illegal things he did while he was Attorney General?
You know what I hear? Yes, yes, and yes.
Okay. Because I know he could go behind the cloak of being an Attorney General, but I guess his cards were always so bad.
Not to cover up a crime, he can't. And so, he thought it was smart because he was washing his hands of everything, and, let Congress and the Senate do their, no, that was Mueller, let Congress. But Bill Barr, I see him in deep water. Absolutely. But I think that event that people are talking about coming other than Trump's health is, as I said, I see charges being filed against him in the state of New York for tax fraud.
I love it.
Criminal charges.
I love it. And Bill Barr's gotten away of the Mueller report.
Yes, and that'll come out too.
I was like, what? I remember hearing that on the radio, and my sister and I were livid.
Hold on, Linda. Okay, here we're back. Technical difficulty.
I think the Mueller report that Barr had interfered with, that broke Mueller's heart, because him and his wife were good friends with Barr.
Wow.
I think the Mueller report isn't dead. I think down the road, even Trump might not be here. He might be gone. That the truth will come out.
My guides have told me since day one that Mueller report would come back to front and center, from the back burner to the front burner. So there's
Well, remember, Trump immediately lied and said, I was vindicated.
right. And he
I
was
would, but that's not what it said. The other thing is he got the Congress vote, he got the impeachment twice. He just wasn't given criminal charges, but he said, I was vindicated. No, you weren't,
he
John.
was charged, but he wasn't convicted in the Senate.
Yeah.
But the Mueller report was all about the Russian interference and all of that, but it uncovered a lot of stuff. And so as you were talking, my light bulb went on. It was like, whoa, that's just another layer, how Russia interfered, how Trump paid off Stormy Daniels to hush that story, the catch and kill stories in the Inquirer, everything, the releasing of those tapes about Hillary Clinton, all of that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
All of that stuff. I got a funny feeling. My light bulb just went on as well. Not Comey, but somebody in the FBI, I think, was a mole for Trump, and that Trump told somebody to tell Comey that they should release these. Comey was innocent, but somebody there, I'm telling you, was working for Trump, and that will come out too.
Oh, wow.
Because
I haven't heard that name Comey in a while.
right. Well, remember he released those things about Hillary Clinton 2 weeks before the election. So
he handed her walking papers.
right.
That on top of everything. She still won the popular vote.
Right, exactly. But I still feel like there's going to be a lot that'll come out about that.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, Russia paying off people, buying stories, catch and kill stories, the whole spiel. I mean, it's like the onion layers go deeper and deeper.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. Oh, this is a good one. Deborah Robinson. Hello, beautiful Linda and Auntie Mel. Sending blessings and love to the both of you. Question. Do you see charges being leveled against Steve Bannon during his current future incarceration?
Yeah, but Steve Bannon is not, this isn't it for him. There's tons of trouble coming for him.
Yep.
He
Yeah,
didn't get the reprieve. He wanted another reprieve and they said no.
I see more charges being filed against him in some of the states too. So for
Interfering.
exactly. And the federal government can't do anything about that. I've always said when Trump pardoned Bannon that Bannon would end up in jail. I think Bannon wants to kind of be in jail or go to jail so he can look what they did and use it to raise money. But the court's going to say you can't use that to raise money.
But I also feel that Trump acts like, oh yeah, put me in jail, but did you notice he's keeping his mouth shut?
Exactly.
But his son did something illegal in the court while he was sitting there. He used his cell phone and put out something about the trial. So he's going to get in trouble. Eric Trump.
Well, did you notice how some of those people, members of the House or Senate or something, they came to the trial and then right after did a press conference because Trump's team had probably told them what to say. So therefore, Trump wouldn't look like he's violating the gag order. That was all planned. That was totally planned.
Yeah, he's going around the back door.
Yeah, they just didn't show up at random. And that's going to come too. Okay. Odd Girl Scout says, hello, lovely Linda and Auntie Mel.
That makes me in a mood for Girl Scout cookies.
How will the pages of History View 45? Will his traitorous crimes be widely known, and will he be known as a Benedict Arnold to this country?
Oh, you don't even want to know. It's going to be so bad. And long after Trump's gone, this will be brought up and brought up. It'll like Hitler.
Right.
More and more stuff will come out.
The dog is going for a walk, and she's... I'm looking to the side because I can see her over there. She got excited. Anyway, oh yeah, there's going to be a lot brought out about Trump, and it's not going. The history books are not going to favor him in a very.
It'll be like Hitler.
Exactly. Okay. Heather Benavides. I suffer from a newer disorder called complex post-traumatic stress disorder. Do you all see any future breakthrough treatments coming up soon that will help trauma victims? I'm not that familiar with complex post-traumatic stress disorder. I do know post-traumatic stress disorder. I do see new medication coming out that it won't cure it, but that along with adjutant therapy will help it tremendously. That's what I see.
Yeah, we're not doctors, you guys. We're just giving our opinion. I
Right.
have no idea what it is.
Okay. All right. Here we go. I can't pronounce this. Bucale. I can't pronounce that. I'm sorry. Question. A lot of students will owe money on student loans and struggling to pay because they can't find a job. Do you see President Biden passing a new bill to cancel 50,000 of student loans or to be forgiven? What do your guides see?
He's already canceled many of them.
Right. Give me one.
I see more cancellations, especially after he gets a second term.
Okay. I just got some kind of thing here. Excuse me. You know, Zoom is giving me a problem.
Uh-oh.
And I don't know what's wrong with it. We might get disconnected, so I hope we don't.
It's almost treating you like you're a new person, like you
is.
don't pay for a subscription because it
Right.
changed your name to a
Right.
Zoom user.
It's treating me like a brand new person, and I don't know why it's doing that. So
Did you log in?
I did, but I must have logged in on something separate.
Oh.
There's like a couple logins, different logins.
Do you know how to bring them together if you get cut off?
I don't.
I don't either.
And they say I only have 9 minutes left.
And
So,
they'll cut you off at 9 minutes.
well, if they do, then what can I say? So
We'll try to get a couple more questions in.
So the student loans, I don't know if he can pass a bill, but he can sponsor one, but I do see a lot of student loan debt forgiven.
That's what I saw. Yeah.
Okay. Do you see the Israeli Defense Forces staging a coup against Netanyahu for mishandling the war in Gaza? What do your guides see?
I see someone coming in and taking him to arrest him, but I don't see them protecting him.
I don't either. I don't know if it's a coup, but I see him removed from office. Absolutely. As I say, I'm pro-Israel, but anti-Netanyahu. And
yeah,
I keep seeing somebody coming to Israel that's going to be an effective leader and bringing peace to the Middle East. Okay.
right.
Hello, Mel and Linda, who makes Mondays better. What is the real reason Barron Trump has declined to go to the Republican convention as a delegate with his family?
What is the what?
What is the real reason why Barron Trump doesn't want to go to the Republican convention?
Oh, he was too overwhelmed in anxiety. He has an anxiety disorder, and his mom protected him.
Right.
She gave some reason that's not true. He
Right.
They made that decision, and he kind of nodded okay. And really, truthfully, he got overwhelmed when he thought about it.
I agree. I agree with that. I don't think he'll be there. I don't think he wants to be.
No.
Okay, Judy asked, hello, Mel and Linda. Will there ever be a time when the courts will work with medical community to get help for people with mental illnesses and trouble with the law besides just throwing them in jail?
Yes.
I see that as well.
That used to be how it was before Reagan threw everybody out on the street.
Right.
My uncle was a paranoid schizophrenic, and my grandfather was too. And both of them were at Napa State. And then my grandpa died in the hospital, and then my uncle was released on the streets.
Yeah, I just see treatment centers opening again that can be in-house treatment for people who have mental illness. I don't mean like asylums were years ago, but I mean where they can stay for longer terms.
There'll be hospitals, yeah.
Exactly, mental hospitals, a lot more. Okay. Dakota Kelp, I love that name. Good day, Auntie Mel and Linda and Lady Linda. Is the Israel Defense Forces into the Rafah the final nail in Netanyahu's coffin? In other words, Israel.
Wasn't that just the question we just answered?
No, this is a different one.
Okay.
The Israeli, okay. So is Israel invading Rafah the final nail in Netanyahu's coffin?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I think too.
And don't forget, he told Biden, we don't need your money. We're going to do this without you.
This is a good one. I think we touched on it, but this is probably a different one. Hello, Mel and Linda. On Saturday, Trump had a rally in Wildwood, New Jersey. Said the crowd was estimated to at 80 to 100,000. Were those people all there on their own or busted and paid? Well, a lot of them were paid.
A lot of them were paid. A lot of them were on that beach. A lot of them just came to check it out. And if you look what was left over when he was still talking, sparse. So people came around out of curiosity and then they left, but there was no 80,000.
There was no 80,000 because somebody put in the replies, Ethereal Materials says the coordinator for the event publicly stated that the max capacity was 20,000. So the Trump team lied about it.
They lie about everything.
Right.
Remember, he's a svelte 6 foot something and 230 pounds. He's no svelte nothing.
Emma Wallace says, what's next with the Cannon case in Florida?
I think that we're going to have an election, and I think right after Biden wins again, they're going to remove her. She's going to be gone.
I see her taking off that case. I do.
Yeah.
Okay. All righty. Hello, Mel.
I know Jack Smith has something up his sleeve.
He does. Jack Smith is not stupid. He's playing multi-dimensional chess. Okay. Sue Italiano says, hi, Mel and Linda. Do you see any relief coming for Arizona, California, Colorado, Nevada, New Mexico, Utah, Wyoming? They rely on the Colorado River for their water supply. States are building large, massive developments and finding loopholes to skirt regulations of having X amount of water for X amount of household. Will these states run out of water? They're going to come damn close. That's what I
feel very close. Remember, Georgia was real close one time.
Right. And I see legislation passed to close those loopholes.
Yeah, the water will be an issue down the road.
Okay. Okay, Kathy Reagans asks, hi, Auntie Mel and lovely Linda. My question is, do you see President Biden withholding more weapons along with money to Israel because of Netanyahu's refusal to listen to advice to not go forward in Rafah?
Exactly.
I see him withholding money. Biden
and listen, the people marching right now, thousands and thousands of people against Netanyahu, they want the same thing Biden wants. Knock it off.
Right. Do you see humanitarian aid getting to Palestinian people in spite of Israel going into Rafah? I do. I do see it.
Yeah, I do.
Big angelic blessings to you both. Okay. Okay. Linda and Mel, do you see the great people of Florida recalling Governor DeSantis from office? Big angelic blessings again.
That could happen, but it's after Biden wins again.
I don't know if he's going to be recalled from office, but I don't see him reelected to office.
He can't. He's in his last time. Oh,
I didn't know that. Well, then I see somebody that I see Florida going purple. Okay. Jamie Buell says, I live in Hawaii. Aloha. Our association just got hit with a 359% increase in insurance. Assessment for my unit is $11,000 to be paid from July to December. Homelessness is very bad here. This will bankrupt people, associations, and completely stop home sales. What can you see about this? We need immediate intervention from the federal law on down. That's a shame. I see the state of Hawaii putting things in place so they can't raise those association fees so high.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
You know, what happened in Hawaii is a lot of the timeshares and the hotel chains wanted to buy that property, and they would start buying units. And then what they would do is they would get a majority and they would raise the association fees so high and special assessments, people couldn't afford it and they were forced to sell. And that's what's going on here.
And you know, in Maui, that fire, even Oprah's buying up a tons of land.
Right, exactly. I see that stop, Joy or Jay. Okay.
Yeah.
let me see, we've only got a minute left, so I'm gonna work on this thing once we close, but I don't want people to get cut off. So Linda, next week I'm on your channel, right?
You're on my channel.
And you're gonna be on Terrell by the Bay,
Yeah, I think tomorrow I gotta check and make sure he said it was okay.
and then today Danny Shea, right?
Danny Shay,
Yay.
I got Jen, I got all kinds of people coming up.
All right, sweetie, I'm plugging you.
All right, honey.
All right.
Bye, you guys. It was great seeing you.
All right.
Cheers.
Bye.